Dental Fuel, the podcast that focuses on what no one else is talking about: mistakes. The dental world is full of before and afters, and no one is talking about the middle. Dental Fuel brings you the unspoken in between. Dental Fuel is brought to you by Doctors Disability Specialists, a team dedicated to helping dentists and physicians with disability insurance, life insurance, and comprehensive business planning. Dental assistants can make financial mistakes? Of course they can. Ronda Holman talks about her financial mistake in this episode. But speaking on finances that you also mentioned here a little bit earlier, the stark difference, like you mentioned, between the debt that a dental assistant likely doesn't have compared to that of a practicing dentist is huge. What financial decisions have you made in your life that were a huge mistake? Or what mistakes have you seen clinicians make financially that you feel that we could all learn from?
Actually, that's great. Let's see. I have so many, it's hard to point out financial mistakes. So a lot of dental assistants, this is probably, it's outside the office usually. We tend to have like side gigs, to compensate, offset some of the cost. And sometimes I've seen, it hasn't happened to me, but that doesn't mean it won't. I don't think it will. It hasn't. And I'm pretty aware of it. Anyways, you see these lines being crossed in the office. So let's say you are approached to be an ambassador of some type of dental related product. And they say, hey, you get a commission if you sell XXX product. And then you're like, oh, I'm in dentistry. Like I have a basic knowledge of oral hygiene. And then somewhere along the line, you get so comfortable in this sales tactic that you end up bringing it into your dentist office. And you say, hey, I was like, they've got this toothpaste, but I also have a link for this other toothpaste. Mm-hmm. And it's awful. Like you cannot mix the two, because I don't know if it's an education level issue or just the basic knowledge of like how business is run. And so I haven't had that happen personally, but I have seen it where the lines get blurred. Mm-hmm. Like people will promote products that their business doesn't actually offer because they brought in their side business, as like, oh, well, I'm here. They're a captive audience. Let's talk about this toothpaste. Mm-hmm. And so I've seen people lose their jobs over that.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's now, I think, more than ever because of all these affiliate marketing things, and dental assistants are looking to stay a dental assistant, but they want to offset the living costs.
Sure, yeah.
I myself, I had 3 jobs when I was a brand new dental assistant outside of the military. So I would work in a restorative practice, like general restorative practice during the day. And then I would waitress at night.
Wow.
And then I worked at a movie store on the weekends.
Oh my goodness.
So I had 3 jobs granted I didn't have a husband or children at the time, but that kept me comfortable. Like when you first start dental assisting, depending on what state you're in, and that's where that whole regulation thing comes in, like I was making $11 an hour. And if I didn't love what I did, mm-hmm. I could have made $2 to $3 more at a fast food restaurant. And I think for dentists, that's something that they forget, is you're asking someone to learn a lot, to do a lot, to give a lot, and then know that there's financial opportunities that are more abundant in jobs that make them think less. And so that is a hard thing to wrap your head around as a dentist. I'm not a dentist, but I've been around enough of you guys that I see that being a fundamental glitch in the matrix, is understanding that I did have to sacrifice. If you want me to be better, mm-hmm. like you have to compensate for that. I hate to say it's like you pay for what you get, but if I see the new shiny thing next door,
right,
and nobody's investing in my education, and I think that is the easiest way to do it, is to literally do the CE thing. Like take me to a CE, put me on a plane with you, put me in a hotel, make me feel like you've invested in my education and my future so that we can be better together. And that honestly is like the biggest game changer, needle mover for a lot of dentists when they don't want attrition anymore. They want to find a core team that will stay with them till the end. And there are, like you said, there's programs and stuff to learn about how to be a better leader, but it's the people are the asset. At the end of the day, the people are the asset. You could have the shiniest chair. You could have all the prettiest bells and whistles in your office. It's super aesthetic. You have all the tech. But if your people are rotten or bad or not the image that you want to portray to your ideal patient base, you're treading water. You're never going to be happy.
Yes, I think it's so important to build a team that will help model the vision that you would like to see in your practice. And to do that, compensation obviously will definitely help. On the flip, I think that we have heard a lot of stories of assistants, maybe especially from the newer generation of those who are just coming out, asking for a very high number.
Oh gosh, yeah, they don't know their worth. Oh no.
What are your thoughts on that?
So I'm a mentor to a lot of dental assistants, right? And so they'll come to me, and I'm very straight shooter. I'm like, dude, I've been doing this a long time. You have to put on paper what you bring to the office, and I'm not talking about like smiles and hugs. How many bleaching trays did you sell last week? How many gloves did you not change by getting up and down? Like, look. If you want, I want metrics. Like if you want more money, show me where you're making me money or saving me money. And that is a thing that I think all dental assistants can grasp that concept. I always tell people, I'm like, pretend it's your practice. Pretend you're the one paying for that box of gloves. Mm-hmm. Pretend you're the one who, has to pay for that denture to be remade if you drop it while you're cleaning it.
Right. Yep. Put yourself in the perspective of the
dentist. And
dentist.
that can be something every new dentist, seasoned dentist, whoever, puts in their manual, like their job description. Like, I want you to understand the basics of a small business. Or even, this could be group, PPO, it doesn't matter. Like, I think all of us, at the end of the day, want to take home more than we spend inside the practice. And there's ways to tweak that. It's just, you as the dentist, you have to set the bar. Say, I expect my assistant to know the cost of running this place when the lights are out.
Yeah, great perspective. Great perspective just overall. I think that, we want to compensate our assistants and show them that they are valued. But the landscape has just been really challenging as of late. But it's great to see both sides. And I think that that's wonderful advice to give to assistants, to bring those metrics and say, hey, like this is what I bring to the table. This is how I am helping you. Help me out a little bit. Yeah.
And, we don't have that same ability like you can with hygiene. Like you can track what comes out of their room.
For sure.
But me, I'm floating between up 3, up 4, up 5. Yeah. Like who knows what I said to who that made them decide to do this or that.
Yes. Yeah, but that's harder to gauge.
Yeah. If you are deserving of financial compensation, you have to prove it regardless of the industry that you're in. So dentistry wouldn't be any different.
Absolutely. Even for associates, that's the same kind of thing.
Yep.
Be sure to tune in to our next episode where Rhonda talks about a team mistake that her and her team have made. You can find Rhonda on TikTok at the_airway_champion. You can also find her and the advice she gives to dental assistants on Instagram at Ignite Dental Assistants. You can follow Ignite DDS at Ignite DDS, and you can find me on Instagram at tsmaestas.tds. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Doctors Disability Specialists.